Hello, my friends. Welcome to the Wicked Bitter channel. I'm Travis. Thank you for checking out this video. If you're somebody who is new to this channel, this is the first time you've seen anything that this channel does, and you're a wrestling fan, this is the place for you. We talk about WWE everything. Raw, Smackdown, sometimes NXT, but always definitely the PLEs. We do email videos where you send them in, and I answer them here on these videos. So if you enjoy wrestling content, subscribe to this channel. And everybody, before we get into it, please do me a favor. Like this video so that it can reach people who don't know about this channel that also love pro wrestling, because the goal is to get all of the wrestling fans on this channel, and we grow this to be the biggest wrestling channel there ever was to exist. I'm not sure if you could tell, but my voice is a little stuffy. My nose is a little stuffy. It's because, and I know this is the reason why, I've been under so much stress and anxiety for the past week and a half to 2 weeks. And it's kind of all just built up and it's gotten to me. So I apologize if I sound like crap. All of that's coming because of this project that I have due. And it's actually due. So I'm recording this early Saturday morning. It's going to be due here in a little bit after this video posts. So I'll be presenting my project probably by the time you're watching this video. And my project's not done yet. So... And it's not going to be done because I've run into a bunch of problems, a lot of errors, and I just cannot figure them out. No matter Googling it or whatever, I just cannot do it. So I'm in trouble. You know that meme when, like, I forgot what it's from, and I know the cartoon. Maybe it's Adventure Time. I can't remember. Where the guy's just sitting in on that chair, and the flames are all around him, and he's just like, "I'm in danger." That's how I feel. I am truly in trouble. If I fail this project, I get to redo it. But the due time, the window to redo it is so short that I don't know. I just feel like the writing is on the wall, my friends. I appreciate all of you reaching out, showing your support, telling me to push through. I got this, all that. I really do appreciate that. But just know that I went down swinging. It sucks because I'm almost done with it. Like, it's close. And it sucks to come this far just to go down, So I'm not happy about it. But the good news for you is that when I do fail this, or if I do fail this, you won't be hearing about it after that. Like, I'll just be focusing on this YouTube channel way more than I have been now, which I've been doing okay with this YouTube channel, but the goals and the plans I have for this is to bring it to new heights. Like, this is not even all I want to do here. I want to do a lot more here. So enough rambling about all that. I don't sound great, but let's get into what happened on Smackdown. So a lot happened in that first segment. So I'm going to have to look at my phone for references for these notes that I took. But Jimmy Uso starts Smackdown, right? The SmackDown's played the clip of, what happened at Bad Blood. Jimmy Uso comes out, and to be honest, he got a pretty good reception, but I thought it would be louder. I thought he would come out to a way bigger pop, like almost like J-level pops. And strange that he didn't for me. I was expecting more, but maybe that'll come. He comes out, he gets in the ring, he cuts a promo talking about how Solo put him on the shelf for 6 months. He did get the whole, welcome back chants, all that kind of stuff, the Uso chants, so that was cool. But he said that Solo put him on the shelf for 6 months, and he made an emphasis on with your bloodline. So it's like he is acknowledging that Solo has his own separate bloodline and that Jimmy is not part of it. So I thought that was cool. Roman ends up coming out. I thought it was pretty cool here. Roman, true to himself, man. He just stuck out his hand, asked for the microphone, and Jimmy did it. It didn't seem like he had a really big issue with it. And Roman pretty much changed the things up a little bit. He said, hey, you know what? We usually do things systematically around here, but today we're going to do something a little different. And then he asked for everybody to join him and acknowledge Jimmy, which I thought was awesome, because back when Roman was top heel, he would never acknowledge any other single being other than himself. So, and he would want people to only acknowledge him. So this is cool that Roman is, at least for tonight or Friday night, sharing the spotlight with Jimmy Uso. I thought that was pretty cool. And I thought it was interesting when Jimmy asked for the mic. It's like he was trying. He was just like, will it work? Will you give me the mic? And Roman kind of just gave him like a low five. I thought that was pretty cool. Funny that these two, obviously the chemistry is always there. They're their family. But yeah, it was a cool segment. Jimmy gets on the mic, talks about how, he'll always acknowledge Roman Reigns as his tribal chief, but they're outnumbered. He came back because Roman needed him, and he said that they also need more people. He knows somebody. He knows somebody. And the whole crowd already just yeeting. Like, they know. We know what's coming. We know what's coming. And as they're yeeting, Roman looks at Jimmy and he says, "No yeet." So I thought that was really, really, really cool. It's going to give us a storyline. It's cool that they're not going to give it to us right away. There's obviously going to be the build for it. I wonder, like I've mentioned before, since Roman is not technically drafted as Smackdown because he took himself out of the last draft, he can kind of go wherever he wants. I wonder if he shows up to Raw and talks to Jay eventually to get Jay on board, or if maybe Jimmy goes to Raw just to talk to Jay. Going to be interesting. I do want to see it, though. We're already halfway there. We got Jimmy back. He's clearly with Roman. For War Games, it's going to have to be Jay, and I don't know who the other is going to be. Maybe Sammy, but, I know some of you don't like that, but I think that's where we're headed. We get Carmelo Hayes versus LA Knight for the United States Championship shortly after that first segment, and I loved this match. I thought it was really great. The chemistry was cool between the two. The thing about SmackDown is when it's 2 hours, which it has been for a long time, but SmackDown runs so much more smoothly than what this past Monday Night Raw's 2 hours was. And I think it's because, one, they don't have as many people as Raw does on their roster. And two, they don't have as many stories as Raw has on their roster. Because Raw felt like it was very rushed. It was very, trying to get everything in. They had that random 10-woman tag just to give a women match on there and just make it feel like they're doing something. I didn't like Raw. I didn't really like the way it was structured. I hope they find a way to fix that. And when they go to Netflix in January, I hope they go back to 3 hours. I'm just going to say it. I mean, I don't care. They've been killing it in 3 hours for 3 hours. I know we all used to complain that 3 hours is too long. It's too long for me when I'm trying to do the video right after, but I'll take it, man. Give me the 3 hours. Give me the great Raw it has been for the past, couple year being 3 hours. I'll take it. And then SmackDown, when it moves to 3 hours, they're going to need more people. They're going to need more story. So at this point, I trust WWE. Do what you got to do. You have proven me to be the best. So, I'll just put it at that. But LA Knight ends up beating Carmelo Hayes, and Andrade was at ringside for this match. And after the match, Carmelo's out near the announce table, and Andrade comes up to him, and I thought it was funny. He just said, "Put the prize in the bag." I thought that was pretty funny. It was a little callback to when Melo did it to Andrade. Later on in the show, we find out that they're going to have a Game 7. They're going to go against each other one-on-one, Carmelo and Andrade, and whoever wins will get a United States Championship match against LA Knight. So it's kind of this never-ending cycle between these three. I would like to see more people involved, but right now that's what we got. I love Andrade. I love Carmelo. They're finally doing something with Andrade, so I'm just going to let it play out, but I want a really good, investive feud for LA Knight. Small little moment here that I really liked. Cody Rhodes saw Jimmy Uso backstage, went up to him. He pretty much thanked him. He thanked Jimmy for showing up and helping out at Bad Blood. And Jimmy said, "Hey, you know what? Consider it a favor, but don't expect too many of them." And then he kind of gave Cody his props, respect, and he walked away. So clearly, Jimmy Uso's a good guy. Good guy. That's a good guy, that Big Jim. He's a good guy. And then we get all of this massive, chaos that just happened on SmackDown. So Jakara Jackson, Lash Legend from NXT, they're part of Meta-4, a group I'm not going to lie, I'm not crazy about, but if there are people I like in that group, it's these two. I really do like these two. I think they're great as a tag team. So they came out, they're going to have their title match against Jade and Bianca, and during their entrance, their debut SmackDown entrance on the main roster, Kevin Owens comes from the crowd, and he's got a mic. He says, "Cut the music," and he interrupts this whole thing. And he starts yelling in the mic, talking about how he was told not to be there tonight, and that everybody's saying that it's his fault that he turned on Cody when he said that Cody turned on him first. And he tries to talk a little more, but his mic gets cut off. Security comes down, tries to escort him out of here, and as they're doing that, Cody Rhodes comes out, and Kevin Owens is ready to brawl, and then you got security stopping Cody from getting to the ring, and then Randy comes flying in, stops Cody, tells him to calm down, he's going to go talk to Kevin Owens, slides in the ring, tries to talk to Owens, there's a little bit of shoving going on between the two, And then Randy eventually kind of like tries to grab Kevin from behind, but Kevin elbows him in the face. And then eventually Randy turns Kevin around and freaking forearms him right in the face. And then I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, so maybe we're not going to get Kevin versus Cody right away. And Kevin Owens hits the he gets down on the mat. He looks up at Randy like he's like in shock. He's like in disbelief that Randy put his hands on him. And that's pretty much how this segment ends. Kevin Owens ends up leaving the ring, and he just never takes his eyes off Randy. He's just like in disbelief that Randy did that to him, and he's just leaving. Randy looks like he regrets it a little bit, but it's also almost like that look of like, hey, you provoked me, you pushed me, I had to do it. So, it's interesting. I want to see where this goes. Clearly, it looks like it's going to be Kevin Owens versus Randy Orton for the time being before each one of them make their way back to Cody. I'm interested in this, though, definitely. Heel Kevin Owens is what's the best Kevin Owens, in my opinion. Jade and Bianca end up beating Jakara Jackson and Lash Legend when this match finally ends up happening after commercial. I liked this match. It was not long, but I did like what I saw. Jakara Jackson and Lash Legend have really good tag team moves. Their chemistry is on point. And then, you know what? I actually got to give props to Jade in this match. She looked great. Like, her timing, her selling, the way she fell out of the ring. It's weird to comment and compliment somebody like that when they're a pro wrestler and, like, they're on the main roster of WWE. Like, they should be those things, but we all know Jade has had her struggles, and she's continued to learn. And you know what? A lot of people might hate on it, but her being in a tag team with Bianca has benefited her a ton because it's kind of helped mask some of her shortcomings, and it's also helped her grow a little bit to learn a little more. So Jade looked awesome. Jade and Bianca get the win here. I guess they're defending their titles on Monday against Damage Control. So busy for these tag team women's champions. So a little bit of more chaos here on SmackDown. Nia Jax comes out, cuts a promo. She's with Tiffy, talking about. She kind of gives Bayley props, for doing as good as she did against Nia, but she beat her in the long run. At the end of the day, and that nobody's going to be able to beat Nia. Nobody, not even Liv when she faces her at Crown Jewel. Nobody. And then that's when Naomi comes out. Naomi talks some smack to Nia. They end up making a match happen, and then Liv Morgan comes out. Liv Morgan is here all of a sudden, so she's on SmackDown. So we can just go wherever we want now. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if there's a draft. Everybody can just go wherever you want. So Liv is there with Dom and her new returned friend Raquel, and she cuts a promo saying, "Oh, that sucks. I was looking to do something or fight you or something, but I'll just watch on the outside with my friends." And it's like, okay, cool. Go sit down and watch the match. So the match happens, and it looks like Tiffy was going to hit the briefcase on Naomi, but Raquel stops it. Don't know why. I guess to help maybe cost Nia the match, I guess. I don't know. Nia ends up going to the top rope like she's going to do the splash, and Liv Morgan apparently has the briefcase. She hits Nia with the briefcase a few times while the referee was distracted by Raquel. And then Naomi hits like a power bomb from that, Nia being on the middle rope. And then Naomi gets the win. So we got to expect Naomi to get a title match here in the short term. She's got to. She just pinned the champion. So after the match is over, all of a sudden, Liv Morgan, Dom, and Raquel are leaving, and then Rhea Ripley's song hits. She comes down, starts wailing on all of them, and it's just chaos. So we get a backstage vignette, and it's another tease for someone coming or some people coming next week. And I think it's become very clear that we're going to get the Motor City Machine Guns, as they've spent time in TNA and everywhere else they've wrestled. I don't remember all the places they've gone, but they're being teased to show up next week. So that's going to be awesome. I liked Motor City Machine Guns when I've seen them in TNA, but that was a long time ago. I haven't kept up with them in a very long time, but I do remember watching them way back then. The time I was seeing them was like when AJ Styles was still there. So there's a throwback here. It's been quite a while. It's going to be nice to have those guys here. Tag team division, I feel like could use it because, I don't know, I was asked the other day who's my favorite tag team in WWE, and I'm just like, there really isn't any actual, that I would consider my favorite. Like, I love DIY, but they're not that over. It's more of like, I definitely loved them when they were in NXT because they were like amazing. Now they're kind of just like a regular tag team. Street Profits are cool, but I feel like they've kind of like, I'm okay if they're on the verge of breaking up, honestly, because Street Profits don't really do it for me anymore. They're cool and all, but I'm ready for something else for them. I don't know. Motor City Machine Guns coming in would be cool. And I wonder if that's the team that Aldis is referring to when he talked about Garza and Angel facing somebody next week. And, he's teasing Motor City Machine Guns. They were all in TNA together, Aldis and them. So I wonder if that's kind of like what it is, bringing in his buddies. I don't know. It'd be cool. Interesting. I definitely want to watch next week's SmackDown just to see that. Next thing we got here, it's going to be, it's funny because we got Aldis, after he was done talking to Garza and Angel and Santos, he heard some commotion. He ran over, and it was Kevin Owens attacking Randy Orton backstage. And then Owens said something like, "You want to pick sides now? So now you're going to pick sides or something." And yeah, so he beat him up, and that was that. So the security had to break them up. Aldis had to break them up. So yeah, we are going to get Kevin Owens versus Randy Orton. It's just straight up what's going to happen. Maybe that's the Crown Jewel match. But if that's the case, then who does Cody face at Crown Jewel? Oh, he's facing Gunther at Crown Jewel. Yeah, so maybe we get Orton versus Kevin Owens at Crown Jewel. That'd be a great match. I also want to see the promos between these two because I feel like that's going to be really, really good. We got main event Bloodline match. It's just a normal every week thing now at this point. A Bloodline member or members will be in the main event every week on SmackDown. It's just a fact of life. So Solo is facing Jimmy. I think a lot of people thought Jimmy would win this match here. His first match back after been gone for 6 months. In the match, midway through, Solo kind of gets the upper hand. He's just beaten down on Jimmy. Jimmy ends up hitting like a super kick midway, and you thought, okay, here we go. And no, that wasn't it. The Tongans kind of get involved. Fatu gets involved, like causing distractions and stuff. Solo ends up hitting a spike on Jimmy, gets the win. I think a lot of people were surprised. And then after match, a beatdown happened, and Roman came out. And at first, Roman kind of cleared everybody out except for Solo. It looked like he was about to get to Solo, and then that's when everybody came back in the ring and started beating down on Roman, beat down on Jimmy, and it kind of just left them, outnumbered and just beat. So when the Bloodline were leaving, Jimmy went over to Roman, as Roman was all hurt, laying there, and Jimmy kept saying things like, "Hey, we need help. We need help. We need him." And I think that's a cool way to go off the air. Like, we're teasing it, right? Jimmy keeps saying, "Hey, we need help. We need help. I know somebody. We need help." Obviously, we all know he's talking about Jay. Well, maybe they're not. Maybe they're throwing us a curveball. We're just assuming he's talking about Jay. I'm just going to say it's Jay for now. Yeah, eventually it's going to happen. And I can't wait to see it. The crowd's going to go crazy for it. And seeing the Bloodline versus Bloodline at War Games and at Survivor Series is going to be amazing. So, that was our main event. That was SmackDown. I thank you for everybody who stuck in here and watched this whole video. Please like it if you haven't yet. Please subscribe if you haven't yet. We're going to have more videos. Once this whole project stuff clears out, I'm going to get back to doing more videos a week like I was doing, like email videos and stuff like that. So please, if you have emails you would like me to read on these videos, please send them in. I would love to read them. It could be anything, WWE related, or anything at all. If you want to talk about anything at all, just send them in, and I will read them on the next video. So wickedbittermedia@gmail.com is how you can send them in. And guys, have a good weekend. Mine's going to be kind of not great, but that's okay. I've kind of almost accepted it a little bit here, not to sound all down and negative, but it is a little bit of a bummer. I put all this work in, and if I fail this thing, I still have to owe like the $14,000 it is to do this course, like all of it, and it's going to be like paying all of it for nothing. So pretty upset about it. I'm not going to lie, especially when I have other things going on in my life that I needed to do and pay for and stuff. So just not a great time for me. But whatever the outcome of this is, there's going to be more videos, and we're going to do more for this channel, so I appreciate it. Get on board if you haven't yet. I promise, it's not going to be all negative like this. I'm just feeling bad right now. Okay, guys, have a great weekend. I will talk to you soon. Send those in, like the video, subscribe, and until we eat again, my friends, stay bitter.